You can have what you want and need, assuming you're taking care of yourself. You're starting out with the proper attitude towards yourself, which is that you're worthy of care and respect, and there's something to you that's valuable that at least could be developed. You need to give yourself that amount of credit, like you would with anyone that you might be willing to attempt to care for and love. You can have what you want, but you have to specify it. And so you're asked to write a few sentences, not to be obsessive about it, but to sketch it out. Like, okay, it's 3 to 5 years down the road, and you have what you need and more to make your life what it needs to be, so that you can be a good person in the face of the suffering of life. What does it look like? Consider for a moment the multitude of your faults and the direction those faults could pull you in. And everyone knows that. Everyone has a sense of how they would fall apart. It's 3 to 5 years down the road and you let that part of your character dominate. What particular corner of hell is it that you're now occupying? And so now you have something to aim at. You have a purpose, right? And that's motivating.
Stay hungry. There's more where that came from.
Like, our positive emotion is linked to our pursuit of valuable goals. That's how our brains are set up. And so you need that positive goal, and you need something to run away from.
Target's ID. Get to the bottom.
And so you can run away from the worst in you. You can escape from the worst in you, and you can move towards the best in you.
It felt like we're drowning in information and we're starving for motivation. So like new ideas about, top 10 listicles about how to live better or be more productive and all that stuff. I think there's a sort of false promise there. Because that's not the weak link. The weak link is, do I have enough drive in myself to do these things? And if we can unlock intrinsic motivation, we can unlock that I can't help but go do this because it fulfills me, and we can connect that to long-term development, then I think we got something much more potent and potentially transformative than post-it notes or affirmations.
In order to make it stick, go brick by brick. One of the things that's interesting about having big dreams and big goals is that oftentimes the fact that the goals and the dreams that we have are so big, it makes them really, really difficult to achieve because you spend so much time thinking about how big the idea or the dream is that you become paralyzed in the moment around taking action. How do you build a house? By laying a foundation, brick by brick by brick. You go one small brick at a time, and it's exactly the same thing for your goals, by the way. So if you think about where you're at in this moment, and you think about the path between where I'm at and where you want to get to is the same. It is a brick path, and it is comprised of a ton of little bricks that come together to take me forward. And so when you think about a goal or you think about a dream as a million little bricks that come together and lay a path forward, that's the way visually you can break down your goals.
The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, you go to bed with it. Eventually you act on it, whether it be good or bad. There's haters everywhere in this world. We have to be able to live amongst distractions and be undistracted. Stay in your own mind. Don't let them own yours. Our whole life is set up in the path of least resistance. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to feel discomfort. So the whole time, we're living our lives in a very comfortable area. There's no growth in that.
We've got the bomb. Cruise missile, go for launch. Caches.
I stopped comparing myself to other people. So I stopped comparing what I didn't have to what other people had. I left that off the table. And then I started to reward myself for improving over what I was yesterday. And that's profound change because it means that you actually get your reward structure transformed. And that's a big deal because that's your source of positive emotion and enthusiasm, encouragement, all of that. So now you can start to encourage yourself for genuine improvement. And it's also pragmatically extremely intelligent because incremental improvement repeated is virtually unstoppable.
Once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, the best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. Why are you so daggone crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes being obsessed where people think you're crazy. Become obsessed with being great. It changes everything.
Yeah, that's it.